All right, we have another game here from the September Games of Berkeley tournament featuring noise. So this game actually features noise as the runner. I tried to record a lot of games that had noise. I have Saint Lion with me again to help commentate.
Yeah.
And how are you doing?
Hi, doing great. I'm actually very excited about seeing Noise at play.
Yeah, noise. It's the time of noise once again, with cash being out and all sorts of great cards for noise. So they are getting started here.
Easy cash
Looks like
for
they're
him.
deciding if they want to mulligan. So Wayland seems to have a pretty strong start here. I see a hedge fund and some ice, and that's what you want as Wayland.
Yes, he's definitely on a good way. Noise taking a mulligan, it seems.
Yeah, not liking what he sees. I didn't quite see what Noise had in hand, but probably no viruses, no econ, something like that.
What do you look for in your Noise deck?
I don't know, I don't really play Noise myself, so I could commentate based on what I've seen other Noise players do, but yeah, I don't play a lot of Noise myself. So he's installing... Ooh, I didn't quite see what that ice was, but I do know he has a government contracts in hand now. So he has 2 agendas in hand. So probably some end the run ice there over HQ.
Still keeping the pressure up because now he has to shuffle faster because the other player is already starting.
Yes, definitely pressure your opponent by making them shuffle fast. So I see government contracts in his hand. What does that make you think if you see government contracts in Wayland? Does that mean anything to you?
Not really. It might have been just in there for agenda density reasons. And
Okay, so resin and ice wall. I know that the super modernism deck would have 1 government contracts in there just because you could get it with an Atlas token when there's a scoring window. So it could also mean to me that maybe, punitive is in play if you start seeing a lot of 5/3s. We only see 1 so far, so just things to think about.
well, he hasn't seen it yet. He's just installing his console. It's definitely a good start. Leveling up his parasites to become more fierce, giving cash more money. That's a good card you see in an opening hand.
Definitely. Yeah, he got it early. Well, he might have been mulliganing for that even. So Beanstalk being played out, giving Wayland another boost of money.
Value.
And he's gonna, with those agendas in hand, he's gonna want to be defending up HQ a little bit more soon, I think.
I might even advance the ice wall here just once to defend against parasite.
Yeah, an instant parasite kill might be worthwhile, at least until he gets data suckers. So the cash being played, first cash being played, which mills a card off of R&D and gives the runner a profit of 3 credits. And the Atlas is scored.
Lucky access.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, at the same time, ice was not rezzed, so maybe he couldn't res it. Maybe it was something too expensive like a Hadrian's Wall, but decides to let the runner through. And yep, so he does draw a punitive counterstrike.
That's a good draw.
He's deciding if he wants to use it right now. It's not real profitable to use it right now. He draws another one. So I think he has 2 clicks left in his turn, but he wouldn't be able to flatline.
Yes.
The runner
Damage only
at 4
matters if you
cards.
actually kill the runner, so those
Yeah,
punitive
when you're
counter
investing
strikes.
that much into it, he'd have to invest a lot of resources into it, so he wisely just takes some more Beanstalk. And the players here, Mark is on the left and Adam is on the right. I do like to mention their names when I have that information.
Yeah, it's nice.
And he's icing up a remote.
The crow keeping
So maybe
him out.
gonna try and score out the Atlas or the government contract soon. No icebreakers down yet.
Still in the early game.
And that was a good call. You called that one. So the Parasite getting played, milling a card, blowing up the HQ ice. He's going into HQ.
And it's wide open. Now these counter strikes might come in handy with him being...
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to take that government contracts right now. Oh, he seized the punitive counterstrike, so He knows what's going on now.
He's trying to kill me, he thinks.
Yeah.
But it's Wayland.
Another card getting discarded. The Corp not even looking at the card there. Doesn't even care.
I think that is a big misplay to not look at the card.
Yeah, I mean, he could look at it at any time, but he's probably just thinking ahead. Okay, so Hadrian's Wall going down over HQ. Not really the type of defense you want to see right now. You'd much rather see that on a remote server.
But it will keep him
Yep.
out and force him to install breakers, which is good for Wayland.
Yes, and he also has a Will-o'-the-Wisp in hand.
It's an interesting card. It's very strong against
could-
Anarchs because they usually lack their tutors.
Yeah, you know, if he's drawing into one of his breakers like a Corroder and then it gets put on the bottom of his deck, there's not a lot of ways for Anarch to get that card back. He has some nice Edgar Allan Poe sleeves here. Haven't seen a lot of poetry sleeves,
I didn't know they
Netrunner.
were out there.
apparently.
Kudos to him.
So he installs the Data Sucker milling on the card and he decides to trash the cache. That is probably because he has something like a Deja Vu in hand to get it back.
Probably, and no sign of Aesops yet, or Wildside, so that's a good call.
Do you think these are smart runs here the runner's making? The runner's definitely behind on money. Like, the runner accesses 5-3 right now. They will probably be flatlined. So do you think it's better to look for a Plascrete before making these runs? Or try and build up Econ?
Yeah, he only saw one punitive counter-strike, so we are definitely ahead in information, and he might be thinking...
That's true.
Oh, only one?
He may be taking the gamble that the Corp only has one punitive counter-strike, and what you really want at this point is you want to score a 2-pointer.
Yes, and he's also running Anarch style. You just have to run. You just have to be aggressive and forcing him to res ice, because thus far, no ice have been resed.
Yeah, I mean, Wayland's just been able to get ahead in money as a result. But the Data Suckers are piling up. So he does have 2 government contracts in hand. His hand is 2 government contracts, 2 punitive, and 1 Atlas. That's a pretty funny hand.
That looks like a game plan to me.
Yeah, they just get money and let him eventually take a government contract. So I think he sees a Lotus Field there.
He also got a little bit unlucky, like the Wayland player, that the Noise player got the cash and his console, so he could draw ahead in money.
Yeah, but he's not too far ahead in money here. He's really just getting these accesses. Oh, and he takes the government contract. So this could be problematic.
This
I think he has 2 clicks left.
this is not good for him.
No. This may be the game. The Corp at 17 credits, the runner at 6 with no link. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good play here. So the runner is just going into archives.
And he's not
He's
rezzing.
milled a bunch of cards.
And he didn't look at it.
There's no agendas there, though. So now he's looking at it. There's no agendas. I think it was a Grim. So I don't think he should res the Grim there. You know, it wouldn't do anything really,
So he's just
except put him behind in money.
he's just looking at it when he tries to run there. That's interesting. I've never seen anybody do that. Definitely giving up some control and 2 punitives in hand. We'll see what he does. I think he does the math.
Yeah, I think he has it. He's gonna play it for 3 credits, and it's a trace 4. Is that right, or trace 5?
I think it's 5.
Yeah, so he just needs to invest another couple credits on top of that, and he has plenty to play the next one. So that is gonna be the game.
He's slow
But,
running. He's just playing one and then not really revealing his
No.
entire hand. I like that.
Well, I think he just wants to, like, I do this sometimes as Corp or runner, where I don't get ahead of myself. Like, I make sure that I'm not screwing up as I'm playing.
And that's the
But,
game.
so I think, yeah, that is the game. So I think the runner there flew a little bit too close to the sun. I really like that last archives run. Like, he could have just won the game there before getting punitive.
That was smart.
So yeah, that was a good play. He didn't end up milling any agendas, probably because the Corp has a lot of 5-3s in his deck. But so there's punitive working out. I do wonder if maybe the runner deck here didn't even have Plascrete. That is a possibility.
And they don't always include it, and then Wayland becomes a hard matchup suddenly.
Yeah, definitely.
And those fast games, now they can get a coffee or something.
Yeah. Go get a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Noise also has other counters that they might not need Plasticrete. Like, he could have milled those punitive counter strikes and Scorched Earths, and he might also have Imp. So if he would have gotten an Imp out, that would have really changed the game a lot, I think. He could have Imped, and then the Corp would have been forced to either res HQ or let the runner come in and, you know, trash the government contracts or trash the punitive counter strike. So there were some other options other than Plasticrete, but Plasticrete would have been nice.
Yes, it's always nice against Wayland. So include it in your decks.
Oh. Yeah, I always have. I'm down to 2 copies in all my runner decks now. Not just for Wayland. Like I noticed that some Jinteki will now sneak a copy or 2 in, and NBN is always at risk. So it's out there, and I don't have something like Imp to counter. So
I've gone back to
a good
using
card deck.
3. It's more consistent, and when you play against Scorched Earth, you want to be consistent, so it actually helped me a lot to go +1.
Yeah, I think that's a call that's a meta call. It depends. Like if you have a lot of Scorched Earth in your meta, a lot of Wayland in your meta, that's certainly reasonable. We don't have a lot of Wayland in our meta here in the Bay Area, or at least in Berkeley. So I found 2 to be sufficient. All right, that is the game. So they're getting started here on the second game. We will we'll check this one out, see if we want to commentate this one. But do you have anything else to say about that game?
Oh no, that was a fast game. I liked it.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Could have gone either way, definitely. All right, thanks for watching.